Well, hello YouTube, Eugene here, and welcome friends to another Eugene's Ramble Time. That's right friends, this is my 19th Eugene's Ramble Time, and today I'm going to be focusing on the Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger DVD from Shout Factory. And so let me warn you now friends that this Ramble Time may be on the rather long side, so please just sit back, relax, and enjoy. And so anyway, well friends, this DVD was released on March 26, 2019 for a retail of $47.97. And so I pre-ordered mine back in December 2018 after this DVD was announced of its month release. But we still did not have release date yet, and all this happened a week before the Hurricaneger DVD hit the shelves. I got mine 3 days after it was released, so again, I did not get mine 2 weeks early like I did in the past. So making this the 12th Sentai series to be released in North American Region 1 DVD. So it took me 5 days to marathon and complete the series. I've only seen this series sub mostly from the Hong Kong releases, DVDs, and various fan subbing groups. So friends, to be honest with you, I have never seen this series raw. Alrighty friends, here we go with some information on Hurricaneger. And so Hurricaneger is the 26th Sentai of the series that aired in 2002 to 2003 with 51 fantastic episodes with 2 movies, Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger Chateau, the movie, and Hurricaneger vs. Hurricaneger, the crossover of Hurricaneger and Hurricaneger, mainly the 26th Sentai versus the 25th Sentai. Just like the last 11 DVDs of Shout Factory, this does not have the Versus movie or the Super video, which is called Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger Super Ninja and Super Kuroko. It just, pretty much friends, it just has the 51 episodes of the series, and that is it. But again, it would be nice to have them, right, Shout Factory? Before I begin, friends, I want to say this, but please, friends, go easy on me on this Ramble Time. You all need to realize how much time and effort I put into doing these Eugene Ramble Times. Also, these Eugene Ramble Times take about 2 to 3 days to get together. So, please, friends, go easy on me and everything. Clearly, the whole deal with these Eugene Ramble Times is clearly my input on this, my thoughts, and how I feel about these Sentai series. So basically, you don't have to agree with this, but pretty much this is just my input, and pretty much is the reason why I came up with these Eugene Ramble Time segments. So anyway, friends, let's go ahead now and get to it with this DVD of Shout Factory. So here we go. Alright friends, let's go ahead and start this Ramble Time with the front cover here. And if you are familiar with how I do these Eugene Ramble Times, the pattern is still the same here when it comes to these little Shout Factory DVDs. And so take a look at the front cover. It says right here, before Power Rangers there was Super Sentai. Got the Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger logo right here. And we got a nice shot here of the 3 Hurricanegers and Hurricanegers. And then got some nice screen captures right here, as well as it says right here, Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger, the complete series. Right here, it does say 8 DVD set here, so we got 8 discs in this DVD case here. Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger logo right here, Super Sentai right here, and right here it says Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger, the complete series. Got Shout Factory's trademark right here, and DVD video. And on the back, it pretty much says the same thing. It says, for Power Rangers, there was Super Sentai. Right here it says, see where the worldwide phenomenon begins with the original Japanese franchise and inspired the Power Rangers. And of course, feel free to pause if you want to read the plot here, but I will be reading to you another plot later on in this Ramble Time along with the screenshots. Right here, we got another nice shot here of the 3 Hurricanegers and the 2 Hurricanegers. Right here it says include all 51 episodes. And then right here, it says right here, DVD producer Brian Ward and packaging design Andrew Robertson. Got some more nice screen captures right here. And then right here got Shout Factory, Hasbro this time, DVD video, Dolby Audio, NTS, not rated, in color. And of course right here it does say Japanese Dolby Digital Stereo, English subs, total running time approximately 20 hours, and Shout Factory's website. So anyway, again, like I said, same pattern here, so you probably are all familiar with this. So let's go ahead and check out the inside of the DVD case. Now, before we do get into the heart of this DVD and everything, the one thing I do wish that was on this front cover here was I wish they added Shiranui with the Hurricanegers and the Go-Riders here. That would be nice here. And I do like this dark orange, light orange background. I do like that. That really blends in with the theme of Hurricaneger. So now let's go ahead and open up the DVD case just to pretty much show you how nice and secure the DVD discs are inside. And so as you can see, the disc pretty much got that nice front cover art there with the Hurricanegers and the Go-Riders on the front like that with that orange background. Pretty much got the disc number on the top here and pretty much got the time, pretty much the total running time approximately 175 minutes. So that's over 2 hours there. But anyway, pretty much just like Gal Rangers, pretty much the same episode pattern here. So meaning the first 3 discs have seven episodes, excuse me. And the last 5 discs have 6 episodes. So anyway, so as you can see, disc 1 has episodes 1 through 7. Disc 2 has episodes 8 through 14. Disc 3 has episodes 15 to 21. Now, Disc 4 has episodes 22 to 26. That's 6 now. So the first 3 had the 7, and so now we're starting with the 6. So Disc 5 has episodes 28 through 33, which is 6. Disc 6 has episodes 34 through 39, which is 6. And then Disc 7 has episodes 40 through 45, which is 6. And the last disc, Disc 8, has episodes 46 through 51, which is the final episode. So making it 6 episodes on this disc as well. So, and of course, when it comes to the last 5 discs, and with them having 6 episodes, the total running time on these discs are 150 minutes, so we're still at 2 hours here, almost 2 hours really. But anyway, like I said, they look really, really nice. And so my advice here to you friends is, if you are very picky on how you get your DVD case with your 8 discs stored inside, and if you happen to get them in the mail and the disc the DVD cases are cracked or falling apart on you, I would highly suggest you contact Shout Factory, because sometimes that could be a manufacturing error or a manufacturing problem when you put that shrink wrap around it. But anyway, so that's pretty much how your discs will all look and everything. And I do like how they do this and everything. But again, still wish they had the movies and the Versus movie in this DVD case. But it is what it is. So with 51 episodes on 8 discs, and pretty much the 8 discs in a running time of over 2 hours, we're definitely talking about 20 hours of a marathon here of this series here. And so now, friends, I'm going to go ahead and take out the sleeve now, because I want it. This pretty much will help you see a little more clearer here because of that plastic. But anyway, so here are all the disc numbers and the names of each episode, mainly all 51 episodes here. I don't know if you can see. Episode 1 has Win and Ninjas. And we go down the line here. And same thing on this side here. And on episode 51, the name of that last episode is called Wind, Water, and Earth. And I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little image here of Hurricaneger in the cockpit of Tenkujin. And so on the next page here, we got some really nice images here, and this is what I like about this here. Got a nice shot of the 3 Hurricanegers along with Mugasai, and then here is Tenrai Senpujin, a nice shot of Hurricane Red right here. A nice shot here of the 3 Hurricanegers, the 2 Go-Riders, and Shiranui in his fire mode. And then right here, I love this shot here, but it's the 3 Hurricanegers and the 2 Go-Riders helmetless. I really like that. And then here is the Hurricanegers, Go-Riders, Shiranui, and Her Majesty, or Lady Majesty, in the cockpit of Tenrai Senpujin. So really cool. And then here is pretty much the front and back of the for the DVD case here. So really nice here. I got to applaud him for that. All these images look really, really good here. And I was kind of worried about this, though, because I kept thinking that they didn't have a image of Hurricaneger. Well, I'm glad they got something here. It would have been nice to have them on the front and the back of the cover here. But anyway, it is what it is. So in the series of Hurricaneger, and I'm pretty much reflecting back to Ranger, when it comes to announcing a episode, they pretty much don't announce it as episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. Now Ranger did it as Quest 1, Quest 2, Quest 3, and so on. So in this series of Hurricaneger, they pretty much go ahead and announce it as Scroll 1, Scroll 2, and Scroll 3, and so on. So also these subtitles. The subtitles are pretty much in that same white style font. Pretty much what we started when we got the Hurricaneger DVD. So just a white style fonts. And you'll see that in my screenshots later on in this Ramble time. And also, the picture quality is crystal clear. And I do want to talk about this because I know some of you are probably asking me this, but some of you probably asking me, well, is there an Ranger promo at the end of the final episode of Hurricaneger? Sadly, no, friends. Ranger has not been announced as it's recording, but we did get an announcement of a 5-man DVD. We don't know the month or the date yet as it's recording, but you never know what's going to happen in the future and everything. So definitely 5-man will be next after this one. And so anyway, well, all right, friends, I'm going to go ahead now and show you the menus that come off of this DVD and the screenshots that I've taken along with the one and only plot that I have for you. So anyway, so I'll be back. And so here we go. All right, friends, here is the menu, and pretty much this is the menu you will see on all 8 discs here on this DVD set here. And so pretty much it's the same kind of format here, only this time we got the Hurricaneger format, you know, the nice little background we've seen off of that DVD front case, and the 3 Hurricanegers and 2 Go-Rigers. And so anyway, it's pretty much the same thing here. We'll just go to subtitle option. Of course, subtitle option is pretty much either turning your subtitles on or off. And so like so. So we'll turn it on. And we'll go back to the main menu here. Of course, episode list, you pretty much can just push on episode list, and it'll give you the list of the 6 episodes that are on this disc here. And I mean, you can pick episode 50, which is The Darkness in a New World. You play it all through that episode and everything, and once that episode is over, it'll automatically go back to this DVD, this episode list here, and you can pretty much scroll around what you want to watch. Now, I'm going to go back to the main menu here, and of course, we have Play All. Play All plays all 6 episodes that are on this disc here. So, and like I said, it's pretty much the same thing from the other discs that you're seeing here. I figured I'd do it on this last disc here and everything. So, anyway, that's pretty much it on the menus. And so now I'm going to go ahead and take you to my screenshots along with the one plot I have. And then after that, I'll conclude this ramble time on the Hurricaneger DVD from Shout Factory. So, right now, enjoy these last few seconds of the nice Hurricaneger theme here. So, here we go, friends. Alright, friends, here we go with the screenshots. And in this ramble time, I have 50 screenshots. That's right. I went a little above here, mainly because, well, hell, I do like Hurricaneger, and so there was a lot I had to throw in. So Like I said, I kind of went a little above here because usually I would stop at like 40 pictures here, but I went above that. So also, speaking of the screenshots, I will go ahead and apologize, but some of these screenshots that I've taken are on the out of focus side, so I apologize if they hurt your eyes. And also, friends, I do want to go ahead and talk about this, but please realize how much time and effort I put into these Eugene Ramble times. In the past, I've had a lot of dislikes in the ratings as well as hateful comments. And so, like I said, these take a lot of time and effort. And so, in other words, what I'm trying to say is I put a lot of work into these Eugene's Ramble Time. So, what I'm trying to say is if you dislike this Eugene's Ramble Time, then back off. And so, anyway, I'm only going to read to you one plot in this Ramble Time. And so, while I'm reading the plot to you, the screenshots will be popping up. So, anyway, again, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And so here we go with the Hurricaneger plot, and here we go with the screenshots. And so the plot says, in the Hyatt Ways Ninja Academy, 3 pupils are not extremely fitting in. But because their sensei believes they have potential, he regularly spends the morning personally and rigorously training them. While the other students are having their graduation ceremony, a group of evil space ninjas known as the Jakanja infiltrates the school, killing most of the students. The school's sensei, Mugasai, turns himself into a hamster to invade his persuader. The trio is then taken into a secret base to become the legendary Hurricanegers to fight Jack Kanja. Now, friends, later in the series, they have to fight with the 2 ninja brothers of the Ikazuchi Ways Ninja Academy due to their respective schools' rivalries. With the aid of the mysterious Shurikenger, the 2 ninja groups set their rivalries aside and join forces to stop Jack Kanja. And so, friends, that's the only plot I'm going to read to you in this ramble time, but there is more coming up, and mainly next, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the theme of Hurricaneger. Now, friends, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the theme of Hurricaneger, and to be honest with you, friends, I really love the opening and ending theme of Hurricaneger. Both are very, very catchy, and they pretty much go along with the theme of Hurricaneger so well, which is ninja. And so I'll go ahead now and talk about the opening theme. We've heard the opening theme on episodes 1 through 51, but it's called Hurricaneger Sanjo, which means here come the Hurricaneger. And of course, at the end of episode 51, we heard it when the credits were rolling. But I really love that theme, Shoo Shoot the Sanjo, and I love that, and it continue on saying Shoo Shoot the Ninja Jai, Maku Eko Seiki no Hurricane. So very, very catchy of a theme, and like I said, it really does blend in with the theme of Hurricaneger. Now, the ending theme of Hurricaneger, we pretty much heard it at the end of episodes 1 through 50, and it's called Ima Kaze no Nakida, which means now inside the wind. Very catchy, too. I like it. I like the part when it does say, go in my SOS or something, but I guess it means like a little message in the wind or something, but very, very catchy. Now, the one thing I'm going to go ahead and talk about is usually, and we've heard it off of Giga Man, Gogo 5, Time Ranger, and Gal Ranger, and I think Mega Ranger did the same thing. But usually, the opening and ending theme pretty much stays the same when it comes to like the final episode of the year. But pretty much in Hurricaneger, it's not the same pattern as Giga Man, Gogo 5, Time Ranger, and Gal Ranger, and including Mega Ranger. Pretty much the opening theme pretty much stayed the same in the final episode of the year, as well as the ending theme as well. So, but again, like I said, love both the themes here. Very, very catchy, and Hurricaneger being the second Sentai to have the theme of ninja. So, anyway, so let's go ahead now, friends, continue on with this ramble time. So here we go. All right, friends, now we're going to talk about the heroes of the series, pretty much reflecting on the Hurricaneger, Go Riders, and Shurikenger. And so, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the 3 Hurricanegers first, and I'm going to start by talking about Yosuke. He is also known as Hurricane Red, and always been a fan of Yosuke, even from this day on. But anyway, he is the leader of the three Hurricanegers, and he's pretty much like a child, really, But I do dig his character, really. Of course, outside of his life as Hurricane Red, he's pretty much doing odd jobs for a boss that's constantly calling him a newbie, even until the series ended. Of course, I'm not a fan of her, but anyway, it is what it is. And so, Yosuke is always determined, and I mean, he's always, when things seem the worst, he still preserves, and you know, pretty much like, for instance, the two Go Riders, and I'll get to them a little later on. But the one thing he really wanted to try to make friends with the Go Riders, even though they were very stubborn, and they were full of hate and bitterness. And like I said, uh, I'll get to the Go Riders a little later on. But anyway, you know, um, Yosuke, like I said, has been a very tolerable character. I really like him, and like I said, pretty much a child and everything. I mean, he never gave up on any of his friends, and he never gave up on Iko. Iko during the series, uh, I think it was Momoruba, which planted a scorpion into Iko, and pretty much Yosuke was really worried about Iko. And so I'll get to Iko a little more. But anyway, the next Hurricaneger I want to get to is good old Kota. He is known as Hurricane Yellow. And of course, here's another character I really like. I mean, I'm a big fan of him. I just like his personality. I mean, he was pretty much, like a big brother to his sister and everything, had to take care of her because she got hurt in the past and everything. But anyway, I mean, he really he's pretty much not the one hurricane that doesn't want to act recklessly, and I think that's what he tries to prevent Yosuke from doing. Even though Yosuke's got a little bit of stubbornness in him, we all do, right? But anyway, and he also has, he has to have some kind of strategy, and he's got that unique voice. I don't know. Whenever he does his roll call, he's got that uniqueness in his voice when he's announcing that he is Hurricane Yellow, and mainly his life outside of being Hurricane Yellow. He's pretty much a nurse at a daycare. I guess where he's helping kids heal from being paralyzed. And that's what I like about him. He's just got a really easygoing personality, and I think all three Hurricanegers have that easygoing personality, childlike, you know, way. And so that's the one thing I like about Kota. Just very easygoing. I mean, he was pretty much a big brother to his sister because his parents were killed in a car accident, really, and and uh, you know, his sister going to Africa, and just doing so much. But anyway, so the last hurricane I want to go ahead and talk about is Nanami. She is known as Hurricane Blue, and I have always been a fan of Nanami since day one. I love her personality, and she's pretty much the only female of the group here. And so, her dream is pretty much to be a idol singer. Well, that happened on episode 2 of Hurricaneger. Well, actually, yeah, Hurricane episode 2. Excuse me. So, you know, and she's pretty much the female that keeps the guys in line and everything. But um, just something about I love her and everything. She has a heart and everything. I think in episode 6, this really tickled me, but I think she had her feelings hurt because Lady Majesty was, Nanami cooked a real nice New Year's Day meal, and I think she blew things out of proportion and thought the Lady Majesty didn't like her food, and of course there was just certain things she couldn't understand. But anyway, again, like I said, I really like Nanami, and I was very happy to see that she came back in Bulk Ranger versus Super Sentai, and when she made a comeback and 10 years after and everything. I mean, they all looked fantastic after that. But anyway, so now I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the two Gore Rogers friends. And so, anyway, I'm gonna start by talking about Eco, which is known as Kabuto Riger. And of course, let me go ahead and give you a little spoiler here. Of course, the whole deal with this Ramble time is a lot of spoilers here. But anyway, uh, pretty much at the beginning of the series was when we saw the introduction of the two Go Riders. When we first saw them, these two guys here were so full of anger and hate. And plus, these two came from a different school than the three Hurricanegers, the Iike Chuchi Waste Academy. So, anyway, Iko was pretty much a very stubborn individual here. I mean, um, like I said, pretty much full of anger and hate, and pretty much is all reflects to their father. And I'll talk about their father later on in this Ramble time. I'm talking about the allies of the series. So anyway, you know, pretty much they were kind of like joining forces with the Jack Hanja, and they wanted to destroy the Hurricanegers, but then things changed. The Jack Hanja betrayed them and everything because their mission was to pretty much they were looking for it. And what it is, I'll talk about that later on in this ramble time as well. But anyway, because of the Hurricanegers, the Go Riders change and join forces with them, mainly to defeat the Jack Hanja. But and pretty much getting back to Yosuke, Yosuke was the kind of person where he wanted Iko and Ishu to join them, but there was a lot of stubbornness, and pretty much during the series, Yosuke did help save Iko. So, but anyway, so now I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the last Go Rider, and that is Ishu. He is known as Kawagath Rider, and he pretty much follows Iko, and pretty much anytime his Anija says something, he follows, and he was another one that was stubborn, but there was a lot of abuse here from their father, and the reason why the Go Riders were the way they were. And when they found their Go Ride changers and they became the Go Riders and everything, and they pretty much saw um, what the Hurricanegers were doing and everything. Of course, we did see a brief shadow of the two Go Riders in episode 1 of Hurricaneger, but we saw more of them as the series progressed. And I didn't like the fact that they had these two, fighting the Hurricanegers. And, I mean, it was between two school rivalries here with the Hayat and the Ikachu academies here. And it was just, it was pretty much a rivalry that went on for years. So, anyway, so my thoughts on Ishu's character, I liked them. I mean, be honest with you, friends, all the characters I really do like. And so, not really a complaint about these the two Go Riders and everything. Yes, they had some stubbornness. They were a little bit on the cold side, but they had their reasons. And it only pretty much the finger points at to one person. So, but anyway, so now I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Shurikinger. I absolutely love Shurikinger. He was just a comedian and everything. Pretty much he used English phrases in his when he talks and everything. So pretty much he did a mixture of Japanese and English into him and everything. And of course, I love his popular saying, "I am ninja of ninja." So he pretty much did put in like some broken English here, but and then what was really unique about him was he used different disguises, and how he did that was mainly doing like past Sentai actors, the characters that they portrayed, and he was using their identities to pretty much teach the Hurricaneger and Go Riders certain things about, the ninja technique and everything. That's one thing I loved about him and everything. And pretty much his identity was pretty much never mentioned in the series until the end. Of course, he was, part of the Hyatt Way
academy, but pretty much um, he disappeared 10 years prior to the series of Hurricaneger. And so pretty much this guy here had to pretty much forget his name, forget who he was, and pretty much stuck the name Shurikinger, and he always played jokes with the Hurricaneger and Go Riders on their identities and everything. And I think we pretty much got a glimpse of this guy on who he would look like at the very end of the series, pretty much while the credits were rolling and everything, because he did use a phrase, stop, you know? So that pretty much gave us an indication who he was or who the actor would have been. But in a way, I kind of wish it could have showed us his true identity. I mean, it would have been nice to see that, but it is what it is, friends. But I mean, like I said, I really did enjoy Shuriken's actor, even him behind the mask. But it was really nice to see other past Sentai actors portray him, like we seen the guy that played Domo from Time Ranger. We saw O-Red. We pretty much saw him portray Mega Red, Mega Blue, Go Red, and so on. So, and plus, we cannot forget the guy that played Daigo from Die Ranger, the actor that portrayed him. Guy rest his soul and everything. But anyway, I think it was really unique on how this series did that with Shuriken's identity and everything. And he also did portray Yosuke's identity, Iko's identity, Kota, and so on. So, and he was pretty much loyal to Lady Majesty when she did finally appear and everything. And what was so sad about it was he actually sacrificed himself, and at the end of, well, pretty much at the end of episode 49 of Hurricaneger, with pretty much with Sundayu. But I gotta say, I really enjoyed his character, and so. But anyway, friends, well, that's pretty much everything on the heroes of this series. Pretty much all tolerable and everything. I really enjoyed them all and everything. I really did have a heart for the Go Riders because how cold they were, and how much full of anger, and you know it all pretty much points to their father here. But anyway, so that was pretty much it on the heroes of the series of Hurricaneger, friends. All right, friends, I'm going to go ahead now and talk about the allies of Hurricaneger, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about Mugasai Haneti. He is the headmaster to the Hurricanegers, also known as Kanjo, or pretty much director, however you want to refer him to as. But friends, I'm going to be honest with you, I had mixed feelings about this guy pretty much from the beginning of Hurricaneger. He was very, very strict to Yosuke, Kota, and Nanami. But he had his reasons because he had seen potential in these three to become the legendary Hurricaneger. So, and what is so funny about episode 1 with him? I mean, he pretty much changed himself into an owl, where he remembered the spell, the pretty much turn him into and to return him back into a human. Well, when he turned himself into a hamster, he completely forgot about the spell to chance to return back to human form. So he pretty much remained a hamster until the final episode of Hurricaneger, when he saved Oboro when um, the place was collapsing. So, and he is totally a dedicated father to Oboro as well. And so, anyway, speaking of Oboro, I'm going to go ahead and talk about her, but she is Oboro Haneti. She's pretty much behind the Shinobi machine, and pretty much the whole reason why, you know, the Hurricanegers have the mechas, and, pretty much the whole, the mechanic to the Shinobi machines. So, but anyway, friends, I really love Oboro. Her character was so fun. You could tell she had one moment where she was very serious, and another moment she just wanted to play around a little bit. And there was one episode where she finally had enough of her father, Mugasai, being bossing her around, and here she wanted to break and have a little fun. And that wasn't the case with Mugasai, and of course, Oboro was seeing a different light of this, and so she went ahead and put him in a hamster ball and shot him out to keep him away from her so she can go have some fun with the three Hurricanegers and go play some video games at the arcade and everything. So that was pretty much funny, though, on what she did. And in a way, I really wouldn't blame her if someone kept bossing me around like that. And, I would just say, okay, I've had enough of you. So, anyway, so I'm going to go ahead now and talk about Hasi. And he's pretty much the employer of Nanami. And, pretty much he first appeared in episode 2 of Hurricaneger. And, pretty much he is the reason why Nanami became the idol singer here. So, anyway, so here's another ally here. She is Kane. She is Yosuke's odd job employer. I was never a fan of her whatsoever. Something about her gets on my nerves and everything. She pretty much kept referring Yosuke to being a newbie until the final episode and everything. I mean, come on, man. This is a person here that wants to improve up, so don't keep calling this person a newbie. I don't know why they kept doing that, but it is what it is. So anyway, like I said, she wasn't my personal favorite character of the series. I find she was kind of annoying and everything. But she did make appearances in various episodes and so on. But anyway, the next ally I want to talk about is Naruko Mikai Bento, which is Kota's sister. And so, anyway, pretty much she was in an accident, and she had to kind of like recoup back from this accident when she got hurt. And this happened when her and Kota were kids, and she followed Kota everywhere that Kota would go. And so that's when an accident happened. And so, after she came and visited and everything, she left Japan to go help in Africa. And pretty much she came back in episode 41 to pretty much renew her visa. And, she pretty much got a glimpse of, her brother being Hurricane Yellow, even though they kind of fooled her with Shurikenger and Kota being Hurricane Yellow. So, really, really funny about that. But I could tell she wasn't stupid because she knew that her brother was Hurricane Yellow. And of course, they kind of kept thinking that, I'm guessing they did have one of their robots to kind of hypnotize her to kind of like get that out of her head to pretty much erase her memory. But I don't think that ever happened, or maybe it did happen. Yeah, it says she left with the knowledge and Kota was grateful. So anyway, so now I'm going to go ahead and talk about this next ally here, and he is Iike Kasumi. This is the Go Riders' father, also known as Iko and Ishu. And pretty much he is the reason why Iko and Ishu became what they were at the beginning of the series of Hurricaneger, full of hate and bitter and just angry at everything. And, you know, I mean, he pretty much believed that, hate gave strength, and, he did a lot of this on poor Issue, and just, so basically we never seen much of this guy. He was pretty much in flashbacks and just giving us that impression that he was an abuser or something, or he just wants them to believe that hate is good, and all that other stuff. But anyway, so not really much to talk about him, about Iike Kasumi, but I'm going to go ahead now and talk about this next ally, Gozen, and she is known as Lady Majesty or Her Majesty. But anyway, she pretty much, she pretty much got the technology from the Spear Stone, and, pretty much for the Karakuri system, and that's pretty much the gimmick here for the Sentai, the Karakuri Ball. So anyway, she pretty much gave orders to Mugasai. She pretty much stayed in the shadows by talking to Mugasai through a cell phone, and finally she was revealed in pretty much in episode 44. And she was very thankful for Yosuke saving her life from Sundayu, and so Sundayu, excuse me, friends. And so anyway, and pretty much, we find out more that her father had planted a tree and left her childhood behind. And so basically, she's been around for a long, long time. I want to say over 300 years old. But anyway, and the last ally I want to go ahead and talk about is Raime. And she was pretty much in the Hurricaneger movie, the Shusto the movie. So pretty much just telling us, pretty much she was kidnapped by two monkeys, and they took control of the Tricondor, and that's when they, pretty much they were using a special pendant and so on. So there's not really much because I really hadn't seen much of the movie yet, but I just want to add her in as the allies. But pretty much, friends, all the allies of Hurricaneger are very, very tolerable. Some of them I can't stand. Some of them are decent. I mean, some I have mixed feelings, but I mean, it is what it is for a series like this. I mean, even though so far so good, this series here, I definitely give it a thumbs up here. So, anyway, well, that's all on the allies of Hurricaneger, friends. All right, friends, I'm going to go now and talk about the mechas of Hurricaneger. And the mechas in this series are called Shinobi machines. And so, and I feel that these mechas here blend in so well with the theme of Hurricaneger, which is ninja. And so, anyway, well, the three Hurricanegers mechas are known as Hurricane Hawk, Hurricane Lion, and Hurricane Dolphin. And of course, these three combine together to become Senpujin, which means Whirlwind God. And of course, Senpujin has another mode here, and it's called Senpujin Hurrier, which is a mode they could use for only 60 seconds. And so the two Goraijers mechas are called Gorai Beetle and Gorai Stag, pretty much going with the motif of the beetle here. And these two can combine together to become the mighty Gorai Jin, which means Thunder God. And then we have Shurikenger's mecha, which is called Tenkujin. And so anyway, with Senpujin and Goraijin combined together to become Gorai Senpujin, and this is the mode where it includes Forai Maru. And so, which is a really cool mecha here, pretty much the two schools combining together, and pretty much the two schools working together here. And so anyway, here's another mode here that's pretty much a combo with Senpujin, Goraijin, and Tenkujin to become Tenrai Senpujin. And this, of course, concerns Tricondor. And pretty much the three Karakuri balls, combined to become this little bitty Tricondor, little bitty bird, And then they also have Revolver Mammoth, pretty much being like the big mecha of the series here. Pretty much a big old mammoth here where it shoots out Karakuri balls and stuff. Pretty much the Karakuri ball is the gimmick for the series of Hurricaneger. And so my thoughts on these mechas here, well, I pretty much said this, but I really do like them. Their designs look really cool and everything. I do like the fact that, for the Goraijers, they went ahead and they did the beetle motif here, pretty much going with their motif, because I mean, both, Kabuto and Kawagarth, so they're doing the beetle and the stag, which is something I do like. And same thing with the Hurricanegers. I do like how they did it with the, having the hawk, the lion, and the dolphin, which is pretty much their motif, And the same thing with Tenkujin, pretty much just, I guess Tenkujin was pretty much a helicopter or something. So anyway, so again, like I said, I totally dig these mechas here. They really do blend in with this series here, pretty much with the theme of Hurricaneger. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the mechas of Hurricaneger. And lastly, friends, I want to go ahead and talk about the villains of Hurricaneger, and they are known as Jack Kanja. And I do want to go ahead and talk about the boss man here of Jack Kanja, and he is known as Tao Zanto. And of course, this guy here pretty much sat the whole entire series until the finale to finally do something at the end. And so, like I said, he just sat in Centipede Base until the finale and pretty much had these 7 Dark Spears do his dirty work. And so, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and talk about, I'll give you a little brief descriptions of these guys here, but I'll go ahead and introduce the 7 spears here. The first spear is Frabijo. Second spear, Chuzabo. Third spear's Momoruba. Fourth spear, Wendy. Fifth spear, Sergain. Sixth spear, Satakaru. And seventh spear, Sandaru. And of course, I'm going to talk about Frabijo. I liked her. She, one part I did like about her, she did want to go ahead and kind of set aside from Jack Kanja and go hang out with Nanami, gain her trust and everything. But it really gave Nanami a spark because she was betrayed by that. Now, Chuzabo was kind of annoying. I find he was a very annoying villain. Now, Momoruba, he was okay. He pretty much predicted. He was getting predictions of the future here. Now, Wendy, I liked her because pretty much she was the reason why the monsters would grow. And so, one moment she'll use a scroll, another part she'll use a mask to pretty much, capture the data of each fallen Jack Kanja monster to grow, and that's when they were to fight in the mechas. Now, Sergain, I really like Sergain. Sergain, I like his fighting spirit as a villain. But anyway, so I'm going to go to this next villain here. Of course, the 6 spears here. Satakaru. Friends, I really hated this guy. He was so annoying. I mean, his laugh just really gave me a headache. I mean, here, this is a villain here that would just laugh for no certain reason here. And it just got annoying. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Some of these villains here are decent here, but this guy here, I have to draw the line. And the same thing with Chuzabo. I wasn't too crazy about Chuzabo. Now, Sandaru, of course, he didn't show up to episode 39, and pretty much he was defeated in episode 50. He was pretty much a betrayer because he would pretend he would be friends with the other ones like Farabijo and then Wendy, and claiming that we're all friends, but pretty much he betrayed them and pretty much killed Sergain in the mix and everything. And so that's pretty much how this all went, So basically, Sandaru was pretty much a backstabber, and he was okay somewhat, and he knew how to pretty much kick the Hurricanegers, Goraigers, and Shurikengers, but anyway, and next I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Mega Repper. These are faceless minions that pretty much repeat the same old chat and everything, and they do a little dance around. I guess they go Mega, Grabba Rappa, or whatever they chat, but they were kind of funny on how they would how the Hurricanegers would fight them and everything, and using their famous ninja technique and everything. And so, anyway, I want to go ahead now and talk about Tao Zanto's final form in episode 50, which was pretty much the ultimate here, but we pretty much saw him grow and everything. Of course, he was defeated by Sandaru, and so this pretty much gave us an indication that Sandaru was a betrayer in episode 50 of Hurricaneger. So, like I said, friends, these villains here are pretty much tolerable and everything. There are a few of them that got on my nerves, but it is what it is. This series so far had a good line as far as villains is concerned. And I can't really complain. Like I said, it's just 2 of them that I can't stand everything, but it is what it is. So far, this series here, I give it a good thumbs up here because I have enjoyed it the second time while doing this marathon of, watching of my Hurricaneger marathon here. And, getting back to everything I referred back to, like the characters. Enjoyed the characters of the series. The allies are okay. The theme of the series, love it. Shushu to Sanjo and all that. So I can't really complain. The mechas really blend in with the series. Now, this is clearly my opinion on this series here. You all may have a different opinion about this series of Hurricaneger, but this is mine, and this is pretty much why I do these ramble times and everything. The whole deal with these ramble times is basically my opinion. They don't have my I don't have my name on this channel for nothing, you know. But anyway, well, friends, that is pretty much it for this part here, and pretty much all my screenshots that I have for you. I know I had a whole bunch of screenshots for this ramble time, and there was a reason for that. You all know I love Hurricaneger and everything, and that's pretty much why I went above and beyond here. So anyway, well, friends, let's go ahead now and conclude this this ramble time on the Hurricaneger DVD from Shout Factory. So let's go ahead and get to it.
Well, friends, that is it for this Eugene's Ramble Time, and I hope you all enjoyed and everything. This series here, Hurricaneger, was a fun and interesting series. Just about every episode in this series caught my eye. I mean, it was so fun to watch and everything. Just going through everything. They've accounted that entire year there and everything. But a really fun series. And I highly do, friends, recommend you watch this series. It is fun to watch. I mean, mainly if you're this is a first time for you, I'd recommend you watch the Shout Factory one to give you a clue, and then try to see if you can find the fan subbing ones online. But anyway, just a quick note here. This started in episode 35, but they added teasers to the show before the opening credits, which lasted 2 minutes, and sometimes with catching up materials, like from the last episode, pretty much. Now, the previews are shown after one commercial instead of instantly after the credits like before. Also, clips of the next episode is also shown during the mention of sponsors like McDonald's or mostly Bandai. But before they use stock footage, and that was with episode 1 through 34 of Hurricaneger. So this didn't start till like episode 35. So mainly we just had no previews, like sponsors of McDonald's and everything at the end, pretty much for episode 1 through 34. So, but anyway, also, friends, again, I will say this: 5-Man is on the horizon, but we don't have a release date yet. But I cannot wait for the announcement of Abaranger, which is the next Sentai here, and pretty much, you know, after Hurricaneger, and of course, Abaranger is my very first Sentai. So, keeping my fingers crossed for that, friends. And so, anyway, again, please go easy on me on this Ramble Time. And so, anyway, friends, well, that is it, friends. This is Eugene's Ramble Time, number 19, all on the Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger DVD from Shout Factory. And my friends, I'm Eugene. I'm signing out, and have a good day. And my friends, I'll most assuredly see you next time. And don't forget about my blog, Twitter, Facebook, and so on. So, y'all have a nice day, and bye, friends.